Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our live coverage of the USBC Team USA Trials here on Bowl TV. First day of the event. The women going to kick things off for us. It's going to be a long, grueling qualifying for all of the competitors in this event. They will bowl 6 games each day over 5 days. And then we'll cut to the top 3 for the stepladder on Monday night. So pretty simple, straightforward format. Featured pair, Melanie DiCarlo up there on the right lane, Ashley Galante there on the left. Gabriella Mayfield also on that pair. Erin McCarthy, you see her there converting the spare. Names are a little small on the scoreboard, so I'll do my best to try to read them. Looks like Teresa Thompson, perhaps, up there. Let's go over to Ashley. So although the format's pretty straightforward, it's 5 days, 6 games each day, 30 games, but it is not the total pinfall that will determine who makes Team USA, Junior Team USA, or the stepladder finals. It is the point system, and if you watched last year, you might be familiar with that point system that we used here at the Team USA Trials. Basically, it's pretty simple. Each day is like a mini individual tournament, and you've got you get 1 point for finishing first, 2 points for finishing second, 3 points for finishing third, all the way down. I think there's 85 women, so last place is going to pick up 85 points. And that's going to happen each day. And it's kind of like golf. You want to have the lowest points total possible, lowest score possible, which obviously in 5 rounds, if you finished first in every round, you would finish the tournament with 5 points. So you have a competition within a competition each day as they're battling for the least amount of points. Galante leaves the 6-10 here in the second frame of game 1. Now, in addition to bowling a lot of games over the next 5 days, the lane conditions certainly will be challenging. Because this is the Team USA Trials, the whole goal of this event is to get the best possible Team USA and Junior Team USA that we can to represent our country, and so they will be bowling on 5 of the WTBA lane conditions. These are lane conditions that are generally used in world championships, zone championships. So it's the events that Team USA bowls in throughout the year. Today it's Athens, which is 40 feet. That would be on the shorter side. It's the medium, I would say. The shortest pattern this week is 35 feet. The longest is 47 feet. So this one kind of in the middle. So today is Athens, 40 feet. Tomorrow will be Beijing, 35 feet. Round 3 is Paris, 47 feet. Round 4, Atlanta, 38 feet. And the last day, London, 44 feet. So again, good morning to all of you just now joining us here at the Team USA Trials. We're in the first game of qualifying for the women. Generally 3 on a pair, it looks like, across the house. I see at least 1-4. So this is going to move pretty fast here this morning. We're already in the 3rd frame of this opening game. And again, there will be 6 games. Of course, moving after each game. And then the men will come in this afternoon. I believe they're scheduled to start at 12:45 Pacific time. As we take a look at Ashley Galante. Crossing over and leaving the 5-pin on that shot. Aaron McCarthy. And there's 3 strikes in a row for Aaron. Melanie DiCarlo, a little high on that one, leaves the 3-6 here in the 4th frame. She had the front 3 before that one. Pretty strong field here this week. Talking to Team USA coach Rod Ross yesterday as the players are practicing, and he says that this is the strongest field we've had at the Team USA Trials. I would agree with him. There's a lot of great bowlers, a lot of young bowlers, a lot of college bowlers out here bowling, trying to get on Team USA and Junior Team USA. I believe the women's field has 85. The men, as of yesterday, we're at 172. Had at least one person who hadn't checked in, so it may drop down a spot, but that is almost sold out. There's only 175 spots available. And we have a nearly sold out men's field. Good morning to everybody who is in the chat this morning. I see Tim Pfeiffer and John Scanlon in there. We're just underway here with our first game of the day. Cameron Weir also checking in, watching during class. I'm not sure that's a great idea, Cameron, but I'll let you be the judge of that. So this long road of qualifying is going to lead to the stepladder finals, which is new. We didn't have a stepladder finals in the last few years. It's been a number of years since they've had stepladder finals at the Team USA Trials. And it's going to be the top 3 men and the top 3 women in the point standings at the end of day 5 who will advance to that stepladder finals. And that's going to be right here on Bowl TV Monday night. Monday night, about 9 p.m. Eastern Time. course, just realized last night we're going to be going up against the BCS National Championship game, so you might want to have, your second screen is what they call it now, your laptop, out while you're watching the television as well on Monday night. Stepladder should move pretty quick. The men and the women will be bowling at the same time, so it probably will only last an hour. But the real fun part is going to be after the stepladder finals Monday night. We're going to announce all of the members of Team USA for 2013, all of the selections, all of the people who made it through automatic spots. Everything will be announced on Monday night. Someone asking if Erin McCarthy has the front five. She's gone spare five-bagger, so Erin McCarthy off to a great start. Here's Erin in the 7th frame. Another strike. She's off to a good start. Appreciate everybody tuning in this morning. If you are watching Bowl TV for the first time, or maybe haven't been with us in a while, I encourage you to click that subscribe button. It's just above you. If you've already subscribed, it'll say subscribed, so don't click it. But if you haven't done it yet, click subscribe right above the video. And so why should you do that? Number one, it's free. And number two, you can set it up to get an email alert every time we post a new video on our Bowl TV channel. And we post a lot of good stuff, a lot of tips from Chris Barnes, all kinds of stuff. And you will be the first one to know when we upload a new video onto our YouTube channel. So click subscribe. We're at almost 9,500 subscribers, so pretty good number. Ashley Galante, it's a good shot. Ashley with 3 strikes in a row. 4th, 5th, and 6th. So that would give her a strike, spare 3-bagger to start off the tournament. That's a pretty solid start. I think as we kind of settle in here this morning, we'll get an idea of what the scoring pace may be. First game, usually a little bit higher, because they get 10 minutes of practice on the starting pair. So a lot of times you'll see some big first games, and it'll kind of settle down a little bit. McCarthy working on a 6-bagger there, leaves the 2-pin. Again, we're going to be here all day long. We'll be here nonstop pretty much for the next 5 days. Here's Ashley in the 7th. She's asking for a little help there and doesn't get it. Leaves that dreaded 3-6-9-10 in the 7th frame. Ashley Copley up on that left lane, the 8th frame. We'll run through the scores for each one of these players on our 2 featured pairs as they wrap up And the men will be scheduled to start at approximately 12:45 Pacific time. The men will not bowl quite as fast as the women. We're going to have 5 on a pair on the men's side, so they're going to take a considerable amount of time more to bowl their 6 games. Tamara Thompson with a strike. Let's recap. I think a lot of people maybe just tuning in to the Team USA trials for the first time. The format is a long one, 5 days, 6 games each day. As you take a look at McCarthy again here. So 6 games each day over 5 days. So 30 games, but it's not like a regular tournament where you just have a 30-game pinfall and that's, you know, that's who wins. It's different. It's each day you are awarded points based on your finish in the standings. So for example, if you finish 10th today, you're going to get 10 points. If you finish 15th, you're going to get 15 points. So basically 1 point for each spot in the standings you finish today. And we'll do that each day. And the 3 men and the 3 women with the least amount of points will make their way to the stepladder Monday night. So again, that number that you would, I guess, pie in the sky dream scenario shoot for is 5, because that means you won each day. And that's very unlikely to happen, but not out of the question. 5 different patterns. So it's probably more likely that somebody would finish with a single-digit point total at the end of the week in the women's division, simply because there are less bowlers. But still, it may take double-digit point totals, because all it takes is one subpar day. You know, you have one day where you finish 20th, and all of a sudden, you got some work to do. So every day is important. Trying to finish as high in the standings as you can. Mayfield with a strike. That's 3 in a row for her, as we're in the 9th frame on that pair. Tamara Thompson finishing up the 9th frame on the other featured pair. Ashley Galante. It's the 9th frame for her. Left a split in the 8th, so her max now 219 in this first game. Carlo with a spare and puts her max this game at 212 if she strikes out in the 10th. Erin McCarthy got the first one in the 10th already. She can strike out for 258. Certainly that would put her near the top of the standings after game 1. Carlo with the 3-6 lead here in the 10th, so now her max is 200. Final score for Erin McCarthy. Erin's going to be real happy with this game. 258. 3 9 spares in there. What was an otherwise fantastic opening game for Erin McCarthy. Gabriella Mayfield also putting together a good first game here. That's 4 strikes in a row for her. And she can get to 225. So pretty high scoring first game. We'll have to see if that continues as we move along here. Tamara Thompson with the 4-7 lead. Her max score is 198. Ashley Copley's max score 193. Mayfield with another strike. 193 is the final tally for Ashley. Carlo with 9 on the fill for 199. Solid start for her. Just one missed makeable spare in there in the 7th frame, otherwise clean. Tamara Thompson missed that spare, shot 186, the other pair. Final shot in this game for Mayfield. It's a good one. What a finish for her. 6 in a row and 225. She really got that pair figured out in the back half of the game. Again, we are here all day, the next 5 days. We start each morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time and should wrap up around 8 or 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time each evening. As Ashley Galante leaves the 4-7 here in the 10th. Max score now 199 for her. Started out as a pretty promising game after the first 6 frames, and then things just kind of went downhill a little bit as this game progressed. Open frame in the 10th for Galante, 187 for her as game 1 comes to a close. Looks like Kayla Bandy is going to be coming into our featured pairs for game 2. Looks like most of the pairs are finishing up here. Our featured pair was a little speedy. And they'll wait for the names to move to get started with game number 2. See, they're still finishing up down there on the low end. Should be getting started as soon as the names move across, and looks like they're starting to move. Looks like we're about to get started here with game 2. Caleb Andy, Nicole Parkhurst, and Morgan O'Brien will be on this pair. Wait and see who moves in for our other featured pair. SV wants to know in the chat how many spots on Team USA are going to be given away and how many have been already given away. Well, I can sense a tone of dislike in your comments, but no spots on Team USA have been given away. There have been no selections made as of this point. All of the selections will be made after the tournament ends. And we will announce all of them live here on Bowl TV on Monday night after the stepladder finals. And I'll go through exactly how we're going to determine the Team USA and Junior Team USA members in just a minute. Check in Anna Marie Gross on our featured pair, along with Leah Hayworth. O'Brien with the spare. Nicole Parkhurst, first frame for her. Crossing over. Use the 5-9. Anna covers up the spare. Brittany Hillman is the Heilman. First, the other person on our pair here, Hillman. Scoreboards are a little tough to read. So how do we determine our Team USA and Junior Team USA members? Well, Team USA, we'll start with that. You're going to have 10 men and 10 women on the team. Now, the top 3 players in the men's and women's standings this week will earn automatic spots. They are in. The 3 players who make the step ladder are on the team. That's it. Pretty simple. 2 bowlers, 2 men, 2 women who have competed here this week are eligible to be selected for the team by the National Selection Committee. And the final 5 men and 5 women are selections as well, and they are based on 2 factors. There are only certain people who are eligible for those selections. You have to be a PBA member or have been on Team USA in the past 10 years. And they will also be looking at, from those players who are eligible to be selected, how they performed here this week in the Team USA trials. And we will announce all of those selections on Monday night. Steve answered one of the questions for me, posting the lane conditions in the chat. Thank you very much, Steve. Today it's Athens, 40 feet. Tomorrow it's going to be Beijing, 35 feet. And SB asking in the chat, if you win, you don't always get selected to bowl, right? That is not correct. The winner of this tournament for the men and the women will automatically bowl in the Cubica AMF World Cup and represent Team USA internationally. So Danielle McEwen and Marshall Kent, they won the team trials last year. And guess what? They got to go to Poland to bowl in the World Cup back in late November, early December. So the winners are guaranteed to at least have the opportunity to bowl in the Cubica AMF World Cup. They'll also pick up, I think it's $1,000 in cash money. Question in the chat, how often will the standings be updated? I think that it always takes a little bit longer when we first get started, but it should be every game that we get an update, and that'll be on bowl.com. Leah leaves the 10-pin. But yeah, it always takes a little bit longer to get the first day to get the standings process going. So hopefully we'll have something for you pretty soon, but keep an eye on bowl.com for that. Kayla Bandy with a 10-pin leave. So we're in the fourth frame of game 2 right now. Only 3 on a pair, so it goes pretty fast here in the women's division, and should start with the men at 12:45 p.m. Pacific time. We've got a lot of Deandra S. Beatty fans out there. Unfortunately, Deandra jumped over us today, so we don't get to see her, but hopefully we will get to see Deandra tomorrow. Shannon Plahowski also bowling here this week, along with Leanne Holsenberg, Missy Parkin, Josie Ernest. All kinds of big names bowling in the women's division as well as in the men's division. I saw Rhino Page walking around. He's going to be bowling. Scott Norton, who just won a PBA title on, at least it was just televised on Sunday. He is here as well. I would imagine he's watching his good friend Missy bowl. Jason asks a question in the chat if this is for Team USA or Shannon O'Keefe, CDB, etc. Well, CDB, Carolyn Doran-Ballard has retired from Team USA. She announced that last year. And some of the other players, Shannon O'Keefe, Stephanie Nation, just to name a couple, they have jobs, and so they are working and unable to get enough time off to be able to compete in this event. So they're kind of risking it a little bit. They're eligible to be selected for the team, and the coaches will certainly look at them, but no guarantees this year. So they are eligible to be selected on Monday, since they were a member of Team USA within the past 10 years. Ice Magic wanting to know when the men will be shown, and they will be shown this afternoon. The way the squads are set up, it's men and women are separated. So the women are bowling first today. The men will be bowling this afternoon starting at 12:45 p.m. Pacific time. It's, let's see, what time is it now? 8:54, so we got about 4 hours before they get started. Sixth frame here for Parkhurst. She steps up, working on a strike, and hasn't doubled yet this game, but she's clean. Kayla Bandy, who is about to shoot that 2-5, clean as well, started the game with a double. Morgan O'Brien having a heck of a game here. Started with a spare, has thrown 5 strikes in a row. And leaves the 10 pin on that shot. Anna also off to a good start here. Getting ready to step up in the 6th. Spare 4-bagger for Anna. Doesn't like that one. Doesn't get back, leaves the 2-4-5. Got a lot of activity in the chat, so if I miss your question, please feel free to post it again. Andy James checking in the chat. Good afternoon, I guess, for you, Andy, over in England. We are in the 7th frame of Game 2 of our women's round 1 at the Team USA Trials. Sunset Station, Henderson, Nevada, the same location where the World Championships will be held later this year, as well as the USBC Queens. World Championships will be in August, and followed by the USBC Queens Labor Day weekend. We will, of course, have live streaming for you of all of that right here on Bowl TV. Gonna be spending a lot of time in Vegas in the month of August. And Morgan O'Brien had a good start, but missed that 10 pin in the 7th, and now has left a 2-4-8-10 in the 8th. So she's got to try to get it together here for the last few frames. Kayla Bandy up now in the 8th frame. She is clean, but started with a double, so not a big game going here for Kayla as she strikes in the 8th. She can still make it a big game if she can find a way to strike out. She can get to 234. Parkhurst, 8th frame. Whitewater coach asking if I know how many youth there are bowling this week. There's a lot. I don't know the exact number, but there are a lot of youngsters here. And once the standings get updated, I do believe that they're going to have on there an asterisk or something by their name to indicate if they are a youth bowler or not. And if you see the camera's shaking, apologize for that, but it's, we're up here on a platform. There's no earthquake happening. And anytime somebody walks off the bleachers up here, it kind of shakes things a little bit. Jason wants to know if there's any limit on the number of balls. I don't believe so. With 5 patterns this week, you might need all you can get. A lot of the players will also change the surfaces on bowling balls to get a different look on the different patterns. Morgan O'Brien, 9th frame. She's back-to-back open frames, but stops the bleeding there with a spare in the 9th. She can still get to 225 if she strikes out in the 10th. Anna makes her spare in the 8th. Tom Gall in the chat saying live streaming on a 50-inch TV. Gotta love that. Sounds good to me. Standings just coming into me here. First game, Erin McCarthy leading, 258. Missy Parkins second, 255. Michaela Douglas third at 247. Mary Wells fourth at 238. Danielle McEwen fifth at 231. Gabriella Mayfield sixth, 225. Erica Schneider seventh, 224. Josie Ernest, Amanda Falk, and Rachel Giddings all shot 223. Ninth frame. Max Smith asks if Kelly Kulik is bowling. She is not, but again, Kelly, one of those players who is eligible to be selected. At least I haven't seen Kelly. I don't think she's here this week. I could be wrong, but haven't seen her. Kayla Bandy strike the first shot in the 10th. Her max score 214 this game. She will have a clean game. Just unable to put many strikes together. Wrapping up game 2 of 6. Morgan O'Brien's final shot. Gets that 10 pin and shoots 215, so a nice game for Morgan O'Brien. Brittany Hillman leaves the 10 pin in the 9th. You're watching live coverage of the Team USA Trials here on Bowl TV. Lucas Wiseman with you at Sunset Station Strike Zone Bowling Center. Mentioned how Team USA was determined this week. Junior Team USA, there's also some spots available on the junior team. Most of the junior team has been decided already at the Junior Gold Championships. But there are 4 boys spots, 4 girl spots on the team available here this week, and it's the top 2 finishers. Top 2 age-eligible finishers in the men's and women, or the boys and girls standings, and then 2 selections by the selection committee on each side. Kayla Bandy ended up shooting 204. Here's Anna. If she makes that spare, she'll shoot 222. Parkhurst gets to 207 with that strike on the fill. Jeff makes a good point in the chat. You can also check out bowl.com/Team USA Trials. It will answer a lot of your questions as well. So we're wrapping up game 2. .22 for Anna Marie Gross. Leah Hayworth, 180. Brittany Hillman finishing up here, 10th frame. Strikes on the first ball. She can still get to 212 if she strikes out here. Felicia wants to know if Kim Eulis will be on the featured pair today. I saw Kim earlier. I think she was moving the other direction from where we are, so not sure. But I don't think we will see her today. If we do, it would be at the very end of the block. But I think that we won't see her today. We should see almost everybody at some point throughout the tournament, though. So 202 for Brittany Hillman, and we will wait for the start of game number 3. It looks like Shannon Plahowski might be on our featured pair. Yeah, Shannon Plahowski along with Megan Kelly. They're going to be up on 51 and 52. You see Shannon Plahowski there. Long-time Team USA member. So while we wait for the other pair to get started, I'm going to step away for a moment. We're back here in just a minute as we watch Shannon Plahowski bowling. You're watching live coverage of the USBC Team USA trials here on Bowl TV. Lucas Wiseman here with you as we see Shannon Plahowski already in the third frame. A couple of spares and a strike for Shannon. Megan Kelly up on the right lane. And our other featured pair is getting going here. Like Lauren Johnson, Kim Davis, and Aaron Brown are on that pair. So Christina Mickelson is with Megan Kelly and Shannon Pluhowski. As we are in game number 3 of 6. And they bowl 6 games each day. The women bowling here this morning. The men will be coming up a little bit later on today. Second frame for Lauren Johnson. She gets the strike. Megan Kelly leaves the 2-pin. Again, I'm just trying to get caught up here. Wanted to make sure that we get those scores up on the website, so I walked over to talk to them, so hopefully those should be up soon. And for those of you who haven't found it yet, if you go to bowl.com/Team USA Trials, click on results, that's where the results are going to be. And there's also a button there that says email updates. If you subscribe to the email updates, they're going to try to send an email each game with the standings. So I already got the email for game 1. So sign up for that. And you can get some email updates as the standings come in. That way you won't have to be checking too often. You can just keep an eye on your phone or however you check your email and see. I can tell you that Erin McCarthy was leading after the first game at 2:58, Missy Parkin second at 2:55, and Michaela Douglas in third at 2:47. That was after the first game. Still waiting on game 2 results to come in. So we take a look at Shannon Pluhowski, longtime Team USA member and world champion many times over. She leaves the 10-pin on a double. Looks like Shannon, if the scores are carrying over to right with the players, Shannon would be at -7 for the first 2 games, 393. That's what it looks like. Certainly appreciate everybody tuning in, watching our coverage today here on Bowl TV. If you're not a subscriber, we're getting close to that 10,000 number. Hopefully by the end of the tournament we can get to 10,000 subscribers. We're at 9,525 subscribers right now. So if you haven't already done so, click the subscribe button by the video you're watching. And that will allow you to set up an email alert anytime we update a new video here on Bowl TV. So maybe if something of interest to you, you'll be the first one to know. Anytime we put a new video here on Bowl TV, I'm subscribed to it and I get the email alerts. And, they're great because I know exactly when to check out those sport bowling tips from Chris Barnes. And trust me, I need all the tips I can get. Our men's division scheduled to get underway at 12:45, so we got a while to wait here yet. About 3.5 hours or so. The women are midway through game number 3. So there will be a brief break between the women's finish and the men's start. As they do recondition the lanes for the men. And the men will still be bowling on the same pattern this afternoon. Everybody bowling on the same pattern today, men and women. Shannon gives that one the thumbs up. She looks like she's not having a lot of fun out there early on today. Lauren Johnson stepping up here, 4th frame. It was a little high on that one. Here's Christina Mickelson. Question in our chat, is there a prize fund that goes along with the tournament? Yes, there are some prizes to be won. I think there are daily prizes. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this, but I think it's $500 for first, $250 for second each day for the men and the women. Splowski turns it into a double. And then the champion of the tournament gets $1,000, I believe. And I know that second and third get something. I think it might be $500 and $250, but I'm not sure. Or $750 and $500, not exactly sure, but I think it's in the rules on the website. And then the rest of the money from the entry fees goes towards supporting the Team USA program throughout the year, paying for expenses for traveling to Team USA competitions, World Championships, Zone Championships, World Cup, also training camp for Team USA, Junior Team USA, as they go get a week's worth of training at the Team USA, the home of Team USA, the International Training and Research Center. And a lot of the money will go towards lineage here this week and expenses. But there's some prize money, but this is not a tournament that's about prize money. This is a tournament that's about having the opportunity to represent your country in international competitions and to wear the red, white, and blue when you bowl. Lauren shooting a Greek church here in the 5th. Over to Pluhowski in the 8th. Shannon 3 in a row. Russell wants to know how you could check your standings in your state competition during state. You would have to contact your state association about that. chances are they have a website, so you might want to try to Google it, see if you can find it on there. Aaron Brown leaves the 7-pin in the 6th. She's having a pretty good game here. Megan Kelly leaves the 10. Megan not having a great game this time around, 87 in the 7th. So she'll be a little frustrated here in game 3. That one hung on. Looked like it might fall off the cliff there. Galen wants to know, why do people ask dumb questions? There's no such thing as dumb question. Got a lot of people who might be watching for the first time, maybe not aware of this event or what it's all about. I'm happy to answer some of those questions. Blahowski not going to be happy with that, though. Leaves the washout in the 9th. Got that one just a bit outside. So we've got qualifying, 5 days of qualifying here. So it's a long, grueling tournament on 5 very challenging sport bowling patterns. And then we're going to have the stepladder finals Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. You're not going to want to miss that. Men's and women's stepladder finals. Right here on Bowl TV. So if you can't join us all week long, at least put a note on your calendar, set a reminder on your iPhone for 9 o'clock Eastern time on Monday night. That's when the finals of this event are going to be. Seventh frame underway here on 53 and 54. Aaron Brown breaks up the split. They are in the 10th frame now on 51 and 52. At least Shannon Blahowski is. Shannon always a very fast bowler. Blahowski's going to shoot 210 this game if she picks up the spare. Megan Kelly with the split, or sorry, the washout and the 10th. So it's going to be a game she's going to want to forget. .210 for Pluhowski, 131 for Megan Kelly. Christina Mickelson can strike out for 214. We are getting ready to start the 8th frame on our other featured pair, but we'll go over to Christina first. Split in the 10th, so she's going to be in the 180s unless she can somehow find a way to make that. After 2 games, Josie Ernest leads at plus 68. 186 there for Christina Mickelson. So Josie Ernest leading at plus 68. Erin McCarthy second, plus 53. Brianna Caldwell is third at plus 50. Christina Fromm fourth, plus 49. Brenda Padilla in 5th place at plus 48. Deandra Asbeatty sixth at plus 47. Missy Parkin is 7th at plus 44. Michaela Douglas is in 8th place at plus 36. Kelsey Muther is in 9th at plus 33. Mary Wells is 10th at plus 30. That's the update after 2 games. Should have that on bull.com for you in just a minute. By the way, the Game 1 scores are up on bull.com now. So we are in the 8th frame here, wrapping up the 8th frame. Lauren Johnson getting ready to wrap up the 8th frame here on our featured pair 53 and 54 here. Game number 3 of 6 finishing up. Game 2 now updated on bowl.com. We got the system working here, so we should be good to go here. If you want to find those standings, you can go to bowl.com/Team USA Trials. And if you want to click on, when you get there, it'll say Women Daily Standings Round 1. That's what you want to click on to get the game by game here for this round. And it is updated after 2 games now, so if you don't see that update, please press refresh when you open that PDF. And if you want to get the email updates, you can do that as well. Just click that link that's on there for email updates, and you'll get an email after each game with the standings. Again, bowl.com/Team USA Trials. Click on email updates and fill out that form. And you can get an email every time you get the standings updated. Tenth frame, now in progress here. Aaron Brown with a split. That might, looks like that might derail her quest to get to 200 this game. She picks it up and strikes. Should shoot 200 on the nose, but this is a 4.67. Virtually impossible to make. And it is an open frame. She shoots 189 here in game 3. Kim Davis, she throws an open in the 10th. Had a great game going too, and shoots 198. Only open right there in the 10th frame. Lauren Johnson leaves the 1-2 here in the 10th frame, and the best that she can get to is 138. Just wrapping up game 3. One more shot to go on our featured pair, and then we'll wait for some more bowlers to come in. So 134 for Laura Johnson. And now we will wait for the bowlers to move in so we can start game number 4. Starting to wrap up around us, so we should be moving in here in the next few minutes. ready to get started here. Amanda Falk, Holly Harris, Michaela Douglas on this featured pair. Game 4 quickly underway, moving right along. Nicole Hiraoka, Caitlin Simpson, going to be on the featured pairs on our other featured pair coming up this game. And Rachel Giddings also going to be on our featured pair. Kayla Douglas, she's a plus 51. So she's having a good start to the tournament. Starts off with a strike there. Appreciate everybody tuning in here this morning live on Bowl TV. We are at Sunset Station Strike Zone Bowling Center in Henderson, Nevada. I'm Lucas Wiseman. We're just starting game 4 of 6 in our women's division. The men will be coming up about 3 hours from now. If you're looking for the results, you can find them on bowl.com/Team USA Trials. Again, bowl.com/Team USA Trials is where you can find the results. There's also a spot there where you can click for email updates. If you want to get an email whenever the standings are updated. And we'll send you a PDF of most current results. Holly Harris on the right lane. Michaela Douglas getting ready to bowl on the left lane here on 53 and 54. We'll flip over to 51 and 52. Rachel Giddings, junior Team USA member, shooting the spare here and covers it up. Yanks fan saying that 31 out of 85 bowlers are adult bowlers. That's pathetic for Team USA tryouts. Yeah, I don't disagree. There should be a much larger field of bowlers here, but you have to remember that there is no professional women's bowling anymore. And so a majority of the women's bowling, that's competitive women's bowling that is going on, is high school and collegiate. And that's why you see such an influx of youth bowlers bowling in this tournament. I certainly would love for that women's field to grow. There's certainly a lot of room for growth in the women's division. Don't disagree with you on that. Kayla Douglas continuing to bowl well. Throws a strike in the third. Rachel Giddings up in the third. Leaves the 4-pin. Midway through game 4, so got about 2.5 games to go. Question in our chat, is Team USA considered a non-profit organization or a for-profit organization? Definitely non-profit. USBC is a non-profit, and USBC is the one that administers Team USA. USBC is always been a non-profit organization. 501c3 is how it's classified by the IRS. Douglas. It's double for her. Strike, spare, double for Michaela Douglas to start off this game. And the men will be coming up a little bit later on today. They'll be getting started about 12:45 Eastern time. Sorry, 12:45 p.m. Pacific time. 2:45 Eastern time. There will be about an hour and a half, hour and 40-minute break between the men's and the women's, between the end of the women's squad and the start of the men's squad. They will be re-oiling the lanes. Simpson with a strike. Spare, followed by 4 consecutive strikes for her. Giddings leaves the 2-pin in the 5th. And you can find the standings and results updated after each game on bowl.com/Team USA Trials. You'll find the link for the 2013 results there, and we're on women's daily standings, round 1. That's where you can find the results. When you go to that results page, there's also a link for email updates. They've been sending an email. They've been sending an email after each game with the PDF of the standings. So if you'd like to get on that list, it's pretty easy. Just fill out a quick form, and they will send you some updates. Another strike for Simpson. It's 5 in a row. Holly Harris up on the left lane. Bowls for Wichita State. Leaves the 4-pin. Amanda Falk misses the 7 in the 7th. 125 in the 7th for her. Nicole Hiraoka with the 6-10 after 3 strikes in a row. Standings after 3 games. Looks like Brenda Padilla has taken the lead at +70. Erin McCarthy in second at +68. Christina Fromm is third at +60. Josie Ernest fourth at +58. Michaela Douglas in fifth at +51. It's after 3 games. Standings should be updated on bowl.com in just a couple of minutes, so be on the lookout for that. Standings are updated on bowl.com now after 3 games. Again, Brenda Padilla, Mansfield, Texas, former Team USA member, in the lead at plus 70. Holly Harris leaves the 7-pin. As we are in the 9th frame here of Game 4 on this pair. Our other featured pair, they are just starting the 8th frame. Kayla Douglas had a 3-bagger before that shot, but leaves the 3-6, 9-10. Starting to wrap up game number 4. Amanda Falk, 10th frame. And she leaves a split on a double. And she more than likely is going to be in the 170s here. .180 for Amanda Falk. Holly Harris's max score 194, which she's clean but no doubles. So can't really get to 200 without a double at some point, unless you have a Dutch 200 game. It's going to be 190 game for Holly Harris. Michaela Douglas, after the open in the 9th, can get to 221 if she strikes out this game. Giddings with a strike in the 9th. Got some interesting stuff coming up for you guys here in this next game. Working on it now. And I think you're going to be pretty excited by what we've got in store for you here. So stay tuned. We'll be working on that here as we finish up this game. Michaela Douglas going to shoot 211 if she makes the spare. For those of you asking what pattern they're bowling on, it is the Athens pattern, 40 feet. You can find all of the information on the patterns at world10pinbowling.com. Caitlin Simpson, 217. Nicole Hiraoka, 213. Rachel Giddings can strike out for 203. Rachel not quite going to get to 200 this game. .190 the final score for Rachel Giddings as we wait for more bowlers to come in here. All right, our fifth game now underway here. Watching the Team USA trials live on Bowl TV from Sunset Station Strike Zone Bowling Center. Lucas Wiseman here with you. The men will get started at 2:45 p.m. Eastern Time, 12:45 p.m. Pacific Time here in Vegas is when the guys will get underway. Right now we're in the fifth game in our women's division. We'll bowl a total of 6 games today. Shannon Dexter up on the left lane, shooting the spare. Our other featured pair just getting started. Sydney Brummett up in the first. It's a good shot from Sydney. Susana Signiago getting ready to step up on the right lane. And Sarah Locker also on this pair. Corinne Lieber getting ready to step up here in just a moment on that pair. Susanna leaves the baby split. Flip over to Shannon Dexter here for her second frame. Leaves the 4-pin. Sarah Loker up now in the first. Corinne Lieber on the left lane there with the 4-pin. Melissa Wunsch also on this pair, the red shirt there. I promised you guys something cool here, and it's coming in just a second. It's going to be some live stats, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. We're working on some new features here, kind of a testing ground for the upcoming World Championships, which are going to be here. So we're trying to add some new features, and this is going to be one of them. So give me just a minute. Still working on putting the link up. As soon as we get the updated standings, I'll let you know. And yes, it is the Athens pattern, 40 feet, for those of you wondering. The men will also be bowling on Athens a little bit later on today, and scheduled to start in about 2.5 hours. All right, if you go to bowl.com/Team USA Trials, click on the results, the 2013 results link. You may need to press refresh when you get there, but there's going to be a new button that says Live Stats. And if you click on that, it's going to take you to a page that will have the standings. And when you click on a player's name, it's going to give you all sorts of stats for that player, including what pins they left each game, how many spares, how many strikes, game statistics. It's pretty cool stuff, so check that out. If you go to bowl.com/Team USA Trials, some pretty cool live stats going on there each game for the players, so you can see just exactly how they are doing and how they got there. And that should, if I'm not mistaken, update after each game. That'll push those stats up. May take a few minutes after each game to get it updated, but it's something that they've been working on, and it seems like it's now operational. So pretty cool. Check it out. Let me know what you think here in the chat. Sydney Brummett started with 3 strikes in a row, just left at 2-4 on that shot, though. Want to remind everybody that you can still bowl the USBC Open and Women's Championships. Still time to enter. Those events will start a little bit later on this year. I think March 1st is the first day of the Open Championships, the Women's Championships a little bit after that. And if you'd like more information on signing up for the Open or the Women's Championships, go to bowl.com/tournaments for more information. You can also find information there on the USBC Masters, USBC Queens as well, if you want to enter those great events. And again, that link for the live stats should be there now. Go to bowl.com/Team USA Trials, click on the 2013 results link, and then you'll see it. I'm also going to swing over to Twitter here, and I'm going to tweet the link as well, for those of you who don't see that button yet. Give me just a moment to get on Twitter, and I'll tweet that out. All right, just tweeted that out. If you don't follow me on Twitter, at Lucas_Wiseman on Twitter. And just tweeted out that link for those of you who can't find it for the live stats. And check that out. Let me know what you think. You can either respond to me on Twitter or post something in the chat. I think it's pretty awesome. It's some new software we got here. And if you click on a name, it gives you, I mean, as many stats as you could possibly want. It's still a work in progress, but it's something pretty cool for you guys to check out. And you can follow me on Twitter if you want to find that link to the live stats at Lucas_Wiseman. Twitter.com/Lucas_Wiseman. And don't forget to follow USBC on Twitter as well, at USBC. We're in the 7th frame of Game 5. About a game and a half to go, a little less than a game and a half to go here in the women's division, and then we will have a break while we re-oil and get geared up for the men's squad at 12:45 Pacific time. Looks like the feedback and the chat is pretty good on the live stats. So, a lot of people will enjoy the opportunity to be able to see exactly how people ended up with the score that they have. And I'm not sure how often the live stats will open. I think it'll update after each game. That's the plan. But again, this is still kind of in beta testing, I guess you might say. They're still working on it. And so there may be a few hiccups along the way, but it's up and running now, at least for the first 3 games. Just got a text message from Shannon O'Keefe who says, "Holy crap, those live stats are freaking cool." Yes, they are. I think a lot of the players might go back and check their live stats after the squad and see just how their block went. See if it's what they remember. Shannon Dexter stepping up here on the far left side of your screen. Wrapping up the 7th frame of Game 5. By the way, for those of you who are on Twitter and finding that link on my Twitter, if you can retweet that, that would help to spread the word and help other people find those live stats. So just go over to Twitter and retweet my tweet about the live stats so more people can find it. That would be great. Twitter.com/Lucas_Wiseman. Sarah Locher stepping up here, 7th frame, working on a double. Sarah's got a pretty good game going here. That leaves the 7 pin, a light 7. All right, 8 retweets. Thank you very much, guys, for retweeting that, spreading the word about our live stats. And it just updated with Game 4. And Brenda's still in the lead at plus 139. Aaron McCarthy second at plus 116. Sarah Locher at plus 96. Christina Fromm plus 75. Deandra Esbady plus 72. Sarah shot 279 last game and moves her well up the standings. That's the high game of the tournament so far. These stats not only great for you guys, but also great for me as well, to be able to relay some information. By the way, if you're kind of just checking out the live stats, if you click on a player name and you go down to the set of frames, you can mouse over and it will tell you exactly what pins they left. So, for example, last game, Sarah Locher shot 279. She made the 4-7-10 in the second frame and had all strikes until the fill when she left a 7 pin. Pretty cool, huh? Storm Chaser wants to know who's leading. It's Brenda Padilla currently in the lead. I think it is worth mentioning that all the stats and standings that you see as a squad is in progress are all considered unofficial until verified at the end of the squad. So just keep that in mind. I think everything's looking pretty good, though, as far as what I can see on the standings, though. I think everything's working great. But these are some new features we're testing, so keep that in mind. Maureen Lieber, 10th frame. She liked it off her hand and strikes for a shot in the 10th. Max scored 207 out there for Lieber. SB says that it's pronounced Padilla. It most certainly is not. It is Padilla. I can tell you that because I know. She's married to Stephen Padilla, and Stephen says that it is not pronounced the Hispanic way. It is Padilla. You say tomato, I say tomato, you know. Marco wants to know if Chris Barnes is bowling on the men's side. He is not. Some of the top PBA guys are bowling that Chris Paul celebrity event, and I think that's Monday or Tuesday night, and sometime it basically conflicts with this event, at the end of this event, so some of them were not able to make it to bowl. But there are some big names bowling on the men's side as well. Sydney Brummett strikes in the 10th. She can get to 246 this game. Susanna with a strike. First shot in the 10th. Her max is 174. .197 for Corrine Lieber. Melissa Wunsch with 180. Shannon Dexter can strike out for 203. Patricia Luoto checking in from Finland. Hey, Patricia. Wants to know who's already seated. I assume wants to know who's already on Team USA. There is nobody who has been selected for Team USA yet. Everything will be announced on Monday night after the stepladder finals. So probably about 10 p.m. Eastern time. So that'll be while you're sleeping, Pat, in Finland. Or maybe just waking up, perhaps. Storm Chaser wants to know if Brenda Padilla is Brenda Norman. It is not. Two different people. Brenda Edwards is her maiden name. Fill ball here for Sydney. She manages to get 9 out of that and shoots 245, so great game for Sydney Brummett. Final shot here for Shannon Dexter. .192 for her. Whitewater coach wants to know if the new live stat program is specific to Sunset or something that we can do at all of our live streaming telecasts. It is something that Brunswick is helping us with. Brunswick and Rod Ross, the Team USA coach, and they've got a whole thing going on here at Sunset. So I guess the quick answer is it is specific here to Sunset Station for now. Who knows, maybe in the future that will change, hopefully. But for now, it's going to be exclusive here to Sunset. So hopefully, ideally we would have these stats for the World Championships and the Queens later on this year. But I'm not sure what the plan is. We're kind of testing it out here, seeing how it's working. Susanna Signiago with 171, and Sarah Loca are going to shoot 208 with a strike on the fill. .208 for Sarah as we will wait for the start of Game 6 now. A lot of folks really enjoying the live stats. Glad that you guys are enjoying it. I think it adds another level of interaction here on the live stream, which is great. Sometimes it's hard to follow along with the scoring pace and things of that nature, and so it's I think it's a nice tool. We're working on some other stuff, so the surprises haven't quite ended yet. Hopefully they'll be able to work out some of the kinks and something else that we've got cooking for you here. Looks like we've got Leanne Holsenberg coming on for Game 6. Should be pretty exciting. Hall of Famer. When asking what the star after the name means, it is youth bowler. Again, you can find all of the results links on bowl.com/Team USA Trials. Bowl.com/Team USA Trials. And when you get there, click on 2013 results, and you'll find all kinds of stuff. Well, we've got some bowlers waiting to get started on our featured pairs. We should be getting underway here with the final game in just a minute or two. And it looks like Allie Ijams and Holsenberg getting ready to start things off for the final game of the day for the women. And they'll be able to have a nice long break. Watch the men bowl this afternoon. The men will be starting, what time is it? It's 10:39 here in Vegas, so a little bit more than 2 hours from now is when the men will start. So there will be a break after this game for about an hour and 40 minutes or so. And Holsenberg, the Hall of Famer, leaves the 3-6-10 on her first shot. Always a treat to get to watch Leanne bowl. Those of you who watched her out on tour, known as Boomer back in those days. Courtney Couch, also on this pair. Courtney starts off with a strike. And you're watching live coverage of the Team USA Trials here on Bowl TV from Sunset Station Strike Zone Bowling Center. I'm Lucas Wiseman. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with us here on Bowl TV. We've got the men coming up in about 2 hours from now. This is the final game of the women's competition for the day. Mary Wells starts off with a strike on this pair. Emily Huddleston and Savannah Carr also on this pair. Holsenberg, second frame, didn't like it off her hand and leaves a 3-6-10 again. have a breakdown on lane 54. That's why we haven't switched the camera over there. So we're working on getting that fixed. Courtney starts with a double this game. Third frame for Couch. And I was looking to stay perfect, but leaves the 4-7. Emily in the second frame. They now got that pin setter fixed. So strike is better to start this game for Emily. Again, bowl.com/Team USA Trials if you want to find all kinds of stats and standings from the event. Go to bowl.com/Team USA Trials. And then click on 2013 results. Just to recap the format for those of you who may just be tuning in, I know our audience has grown over the course of the morning. This tournament lasts 5 days. Each day is 6 games. So you have a 30-game tournament. However, the top 3 men and women who will advance to the stepladder finals will not be based on pinfall. They'll be based on the points system. So how does the points system work, you may ask? Well, that is pretty simple. You get 1 point for each position in the standings you're in each day. So for example, Brenda Padilla leading after 4 games. If she continues and stays in first place at the end of the day, she'll get 1 point. And the goal is to have the lowest number of points by the end of the tournament. And that number is 5. So if Brenda were to win every day, she'd have 5 points. She'd finish first. She'd be on the step ladder. So for example, if you finished 15th today, you would get 15 points. If you finished 85th today, you would get 85 points. And again, the goal is to have the lowest number of points by the end of the tournament on Monday when we go to the stepladder finals for the top 3 men and the top 3 women. Now, as for the Team USA spots, the top 3 men and women automatically are going to be on the team. So they'll be bowling in the stepladder for a couple of things. The winners will get to bowl in the Cubica AMF World Cup later this year, and they'll also be crowned the champions. And so the top 3 are automatic. There will be 2 men and 2 women selected exclusively from this field by the National Selection Committee. And then 5 men and 5 women are eligible to be selected for Team USA based on certain qualifications, being a PBA member and a member of the PBA exempt tour from last season, and also a Team USA member from the past 10 years. And they will also take into consideration scores from this tournament as well. So with only 5 spots for the men and 5 spots for the women available for those selections based on resumes is kind of what it's, quote unquote. Bowling in this event could, put you over the edge if you bowled really well. May help improve your standing in the coach's eyes. In the past, they have announced those selections before this event has started. Usually those selections were announced late November, early December, but they decided to wait until after this event concluded. Gives them another opportunity to see all the players and, make some determinations. But if you want more information on all of that, rules, format, that kind of stuff, bowl.com/Team USA Trials probably would answer a lot of your questions. Jared brings up a point that somebody makes every year at this time. Why would I spend money to bowl a tournament where even if I made the team, I would never get to bowl, as the coaches already know who's going everywhere? Absolutely not true. Completely false. 100% false. There's many people who have made the team through the Team USA trials and gone on to bowl events around the world. Danielle McEwen got to bowl the World Cup, so did Marshall Kent, because they won this event. They got to go to Poland. All expenses paid trip to the World Cup. Marshall Kent also got to bowl the PABCON Men's Championships, American Zone Championships. John Cervinsky a couple of years ago got to go bowl the World Cup. And he made it through team trials. Josie Ernest, she bowled PABCON, American Zone Championships. She made it through at the Team USA trials. Because, Jared, simply, it's not true. There are opportunities to bowl an international competition for the people who make the team through Team USA trials. So please, would certainly love to see you out here next year. Not exactly sure the dates or the location of the tournament, but hopefully everybody will come out and bowl this event, because it is a true test of your bowling ability. Bowling on 5 different World 10-Pin Bowling Association patterns, same patterns used in international competition. And they are all USBC Sport Bowling compliant as well, so you know that they are challenging. 5th frame for Emily here in this final game as she crosses over and leaves the 5-8. Libby Fletcher checking in the chat. Good morning / afternoon to you, Libby. Morning here, afternoon where you are. Tune in at a great time. And Holsenberg is on the featured pair. Fortunately, things are not going great here for Leanne. She's clean, but hasn't really been able to find many strikes out there. 110 in the 6th, and now looking at a spare opportunity here in the 7th. Getting ready to start the 8th frame here on this pair. Allie Ijams. 8th frame. 4 in a row for Allie. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Our subscriber number continually growing here on our YouTube channel, up to 9,560. Numbers up quite a bit today, and we're hoping to get to 10,000 in the next couple of days. So if you're not a subscriber, please press that subscribe button right by the video you're watching, and all kinds of great stuff on our YouTube channel. And you can sign up for email updates every time a new video gets posted. It's good stuff. I get them, and we get some USBC coaching tips on there and sport bowling tips from Chris Barnes. Really will help your game. And you'll be the first one to know when we post a new tip or video on our YouTube channel. Just sign up for the email subscription. It's completely free and one of the benefits of your membership to USBC. Picked up another 9 subscribers. It's great news. Thank you so much. Keep them coming. While we watch Leanne Holsenberg here, I want to remind you that you can still sign up for the USBC Women's and Open Championships. Leanne Holsenberg, a multiple-time champion at the USBC Women's Championships. Find more information on bowl.com/tournaments. Also on that page, you'll find information on the USBC Masters, which is coming up next month in New Jersey. I'll be out there for that. Our friends at PBA.com will be having the live streaming of the Masters, but I'll be out there to provide coverage for bowl.com in a written capacity as well as some photos. So be sure to sign up for the USBC Masters and the USBC Queens. That's going to be right here Labor Day weekend. All those great events. More information at bowl.com/tournaments. The closing stages here of this final game. Once this game ends, probably have about an hour and 45-minute break before the men get started. And we will, of course, we'll be bringing you live coverage of that starting at 12:45 p.m. Pacific time, about an hour and 45 minutes from now or so. Allie Ijams finishing out this game. She's going to shoot 206 with the spare. Leanne Holsenberg, first shot in the 10th frame coming up here. She can max at 200 this game, and I would say that she'd be pretty happy with that considering she has not doubled in this game. She really wants it to, you could tell. And she gets the strike. Leanne at plus 63 coming into this game, so if she can strike out, she could keep that number right at plus 63. Leanne trying to get the second strike of the 10th here. Sure, she'd love to end the day on a high note. See if she gets it. And she does. So back-to-back strikes in the 10th for Leanne, and one more. She'll get to 200 this game. Leanne got 9 on the fill, so she finishes at 199 this game. And 200 for Couch on that other pair as they have wrapped up. And now we are in the 9th frame of our final game in the women's division. Again, the men are going to get underway in about an hour and 45 minutes. We'll be taking the live stream offline, but we will be back with you once they get started with their practice at about 12:45 or so. And of course, you guys know where to find the updated standings by now, but in case you're wondering where we stand here after 5 games, pull up the update for you and let you know that Brenda Padilla is still in the lead at plus 151. Christina Fromm in second at plus 119. Sarah Loker in third at plus 104. Erin McCarthy fourth, plus 101. And Deandra Asbeatty in fifth at plus 100. That was with 1 game to go. Hope that you will come back and join us for the men's competition this afternoon as we watch the 10th frame of our final game of the women. 2:06 for Mary Wells. Emily Huddleston finishing up here, last shot, gets 8 for 2:08. And Savannah Carr will wrap things up for us here. Strike on her first shot. She can get to 175 this game. Double in the 10th for Savannah. Final shot coming up here. And 8 on the fill, 173, apologies, for Savannah Carr. So game number 6 comes to a close. And now we are done with the women's competition on our featured pairs. Again, the men will get started about an hour and 40 minutes from now. So be sure to join us for that. In the meantime, we're going to sign off. You can find the final standings on bowl.com/Team USA Trials. Again, bowl.com/Team USA Trials. Check there for the final results from this round, and we'll be back with you when the men get started in about an hour and 40 minutes from now. See you then.